What's going on, everyone? It's time for a Netflix original documentary film review. Today, we're going to talk about a film called The Perfect Neighbor. Now, I know reviewing documentaries is a little weird to do, but yeah, we're just going to talk about this. It's a Netflix original released January 24th, 2025, and it was directed by Gita Gambar, who did other documentaries like The Devil is Busy, Remembering the Artist, I Am Evidence, and We Get Free. How We Get Free, sorry. So this is a documentary on some neighbors, like Karen, who's basically tormenting kids in this small community, and it's all shown by police body cam video, and where they get called out, and they slowly start escalating more and more. This older lady who is more like old school style type of like brought up the old school way and stuff is freaking out because kids are playing out in front of the yard and claiming that this plot of land beside her is hers even though it's not, and they're renting houses, so it's not actually her property. And yeah, and she calls the cops on these kids quite a few times. It's like the person who cries wolf, right? So as the film progresses, you can see it escalating. Eventually someone gets shot, and there's a huge conflict between if it was stand your ground laws in Florida. I think that's where this takes place, in the state that it takes place in, or if it was murder. So that's, and you watch the full outcome. So yeah, this film is actually pretty in depth. It brings up a lot of it shows like a lot of social issues with it. This type of, especially in the United States and stuff. I know here in Canada we have some of it. Not as probably bad, I think, at least where I am. Like I live in Markham, so but you don't really hear too much about this stuff here. But still, the issues that it sort of tries to show. Now, I'm going to say this. A lot of YouTube channels covered this right when it happened. So this was kind of I've kind of seen a lot of this already. And yeah, but still, it still does a good job of trying to equally analyze everything that's going on in this. So it's pretty well put together. Now, I do wish they maybe added maybe like some interviews with the neighbors or something. They might have. There's some voiceover stuff in there, but I'm not sure if that's from like just a interview from a police body cam or if it was actually done by the producers and the filmmakers. But still, hearing the like actual full testimony interviews from the victims and stuff, it is a heart-wrenching film. It's going to make you probably a little veering, a little sad. This actually kind of made me a little emotional, especially because I didn't really see the video of the actual outcome, so like cops going to the call of the shooting and stuff. But yeah, and I can understand why someone would be in that situation and believing that they're getting attacked. But also, I can definitely see, after watching all the things, the actual what actually transpired and how ridiculous this got. And honestly, this is kind of makes me a little infuriated because you can sort of see a lot of areas where they could have prevented more and did a little bit more to make sure this didn't happen, but it didn't happen. Right, and that's what this documentary is about, basically, is showing the pros and cons of what happened. That's what these type of documentaries are, and I thought they did a decent job of putting that together, especially with just like all the footage and stuff like that. And yeah, overall I thought this film was not bad. Like I've seen most of the stuff before, so yeah. But yeah, it's a sad tale, and sadly this happens frequently, especially in the States and here in Canada and probably all over the world, sadly. And it's a social issue that constantly needs to be evaluated more, and I think this brings it to light at the most extreme outcomes that could happen between these. So overall I thought The Perfect Neighbor was not that bad of a film, and overall I thought it's a good little documentary. I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. If they had a little more interviews, maybe a little more in depth with like the sheriffs involved or something, I think it would have been better. But still, it's still a decent documentary and definitely shines a good light on what they're trying to say and bringing this to the forefront of the media and stuff. So yeah, it is on Netflix, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out there. But I'll also link the trailer down below so you can see what I'm talking about down below. I'll also link down below is my Instagram. That's where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title in there and some fun fact or history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also so you hear my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because we're going to do a thriller in the next review called Stranger in the Woods. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those disgruntled neighbors because things can go pretty extreme. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.